Hello, USHS student body. Today is going to be the first time that you're in what we're going to refer to as RAM time. Now, before I show you how to get into it, first I want to just point out, there are some negative feelings or thoughts on what RAM time is, but before you cast judgment on the potential of something very positive, just hear me out, okay? What RAM time is it's going to be an opportunity for you to do some stuff that you typically don't do in an average school day. Okay, let me give you a couple of examples. There are a lot of people that you're sitting around right now that may, at some point in time, hopefully it doesn't happen to you, but you might get a flat tire. You're out driving, you get a flat tire, and you're in an area where you don't have really good cell reception. What do? Do you just sit there and hope for the best? Do you hope someone comes by and changes it for you? It's kind of a helpless feeling in that case. And what we could do is we could spend a day where we go outside. We actually show you how to change a tire. So maybe that could be one of the RAM times that one of the teachers set up. I thought about doing that myself. So that could be a possibility. Let's say that for another week, you don't want to pay Walmart or you don't want to pay some garage to change your oil. Oil changes are very easy to do. Maybe a second week, you sign up to learn how to change your oil, and we go out in the parking lot and we do that. Let's say you don't want to have anything to do with the car. Maybe you want to learn more about scrapbooking. Okay, well, we have staff members that have done a lot of scrapbooking. Maybe if we get the 3D printer up and running in the school, maybe you'd be interested in signing up to go and learn how to design something three-dimensionally inside of Tinkercad, and then we export that file out to the 3D printer and we make something. It doesn't have to be a negative thing. It can be all kinds of different activities that the staff members might come up with. I did have a young lady that said, well, I don't want to do that. I don't have any time within my schedule for a study hall. Can I just go to study hall? Yes, you can. You can take and do that. I had a young man that was in my classroom, and he said that he was behind with his shop projects. Could he use that time to make up for lost time or save time from having to come in after school to go down to the shop and work on projects? Yes, that's the whole intention of this. Now, it's a resource that you guys are going to be able to use, but the key is you have to buy into it, okay? And I'll talk a little more about some options that could be available to you. And if you don't like some of them, I'll show you what you can do to maybe get some things that you'd be interested in offered. Okay, what I'd like you to do is take a moment, get logged into your Chromebooks. So there should be some Chromebooks in the room or maybe just a computer. Go ahead and get logged into the computer. And I want you to go to the school's website, okay, www.usevs.org. Now I'm going to ask the teachers in the room to pause the video for a moment while you get yourselves logged into the computers, get the website up and running, and then when you are set, if your teacher in the room could go ahead and start play again, you'll resume right at that point. Okay, now that you are logged in, if you would, go to the school's website right in the center. You're going to see where it says Learning Portals. Now, since we're talking about RAM time, how you're going to sign up for these activities, what activities they are. I have it named RAM time sign up right here. Okay? So go ahead and click that. Now what you are going to do is you're going to click the red logo which says log in with Google. Now it's going to make you do that twice. Okay, the first time log in with Google, and then the second time it'll say log in with Google Plus. All right, myself, I'm going to put in mine. All right, now what you'll get first would be on the left hand side if you click the 3 white lines inside of the blue box here. That's going to expand some options for you. I just want to walk through these few options so that way you know what we're talking about. First, let's go ahead and set up that profile for you. So click Profile. You'll have your name, last name, graduating year, school email address, and then right here this phone. All right, now the phone is going to be your cell phone. Now the purpose of why you might want to have your cell phone number put into this is because you're going to be signing up for activities, or teachers are going to be assigning you specific activities for these RAM times that are going to occur every Wednesday. If you never check your school email, how are you to know what RAM time activity you're signed up for? How are you going to know if there are any changes to it? You may get lost in the mix. But everybody that has a cell phone, from what I see, gets on that thing just about every single chance they can. So if you put in your cell phone number, all right, and you select that you want to receive text messages, what that's going to do is on Tuesday, right at the beginning of third period, okay, you're going to get a notification of what activities either you signed up for or which activities have been assigned to you. You're going to get a second message on Wednesday just confirming it, just as a reminder. Okay, so if you don't want to get a text message, you're going to have to rely solely on checking your email on Tuesday and then again on Wednesday. All right, and if you put in your cell phone number, then that is a private thing. We can't see that after you put that in. That's just a little easier to get updated on it. So I'm going to click Submit. Now, I have my profile updated. You take a moment, type in your information, update that, and when you're ready, I'll ask the teacher to start the video again. Okay. We'll assume that you have made your choice. What I'm going to do is I'm going to click the top bar again so that we can see what I'm talking about. We'll have the next item that's optional to you is something called Activities. All right, so if you select Activities, myself, I find it easiest if I click the month view. And you're going to see you have an option for September that it says Join Activity on the 18th. That's today, the viewing of this video. By this time, this activity button is going to be grayed out. But let's just take a peek at what activities would be offered to you on today. You're going to see that every single staff member has an activity set up, and you're going to see it says RAM time. Now, just out of curiosity, what exactly would some of these things be? You just have to scroll over top of it and click it. And it's going to tell you that it's training on how to sign up for the activities. But you're also going to notice something, that it's grayed out right here. What that means is that activity is not optional for you to sign up for. So we'd have to choose something else. So nothing else is offered for today, so we're going to move on to a different day. If we go to the 25th, we are not going to have a RAM time on the 25th because on the 24th, we're going to have a school presentation for Rachel's Challenge, and more information will be given to you on that. But what I'd like everybody to do is to make sure that everything is going to run smoothly for the first official RAM time, and that's going to be October 2nd. That's this day right here. So if we go to October, this will be the official first RAM time that you will go to an activity. But I want everybody today to click the Join Activity, okay, and scroll through these, and I want you to just pick something. Doesn't matter what it is. So let's say that you see that Mrs. Rupert is offering a help session in terms of algebra. You're struggling in algebra, you want some help, all right. We click that you want to sign up for that activity, and then down at the bottom, you're going to select Register. All right, now that's only if you're interested in it. Let's say you made a mistake. You don't want to take and go to Mrs. Rupert's class. You want to see what else there is to offer. Close it. Get rid of that activity. Okay? So I go back in. Let's see what else is offered for that September 25th day. So let's see. Mr. Richardson is offering something for aquarium construction and maintenance. What has he got for that? It's just a environmental sustainable biomes project that he might be working on. So if you're interested in it, excuse me, then maybe you want to check that. Now, it does not matter what you sign up for, okay? The purpose of this is to make sure that when the next week, when the 24th rolls around, we want to make sure that everybody gets a notification, because if you don't get a notification, you need to talk to me, Mr. Pullman, and we're going to get that squared away. All right, so I want everybody to select something. It doesn't matter what it is. Now, I will warn you of this. All right, if we take a peek at what Mr. Treadway is offering here, on the 25th, he's got meditation for stress reduction. I don't think high school students actually have stress, do you? I don't think so. But let's say you do, okay? You're going to notice right over here on the right-hand side, it says that Mr. Treadway is only offering that to 10 students. So if you are not one of the first 10 students to sign up for this, that box right here, I checked that. That's because I'm one of the first 10 that can sign up. But let's say that I'm the 11th person. 10 other people have signed up for meditation and stress reduction. If 10 other people have signed up for it and I'm late, that box is going to be grayed out and I'm not going to have the choice, and then I'm going to have to pick something else. All right. One of the big concerns with RAM time with our administration is that students may not buy into the idea of signing up for some of these activities. Well, here's the deal. If you don't buy into this, if you don't find interest at all, what you're going to do is you're going to get dumped down to study hall and you're going to be stuck there. Now, for some, maybe that's what you want. But for others, you might want to take and get active and enjoy being at school and learning some new things. Okay? So I'm going to choose to be one of the top 10 in Treadway's Leisure Meditation for Stress Reduction. Now, on the flip side, let's say that you look through these and you don't find something that's of interest to you. All right, you have no interest at all in some of the stuff that's being offered. What can you do? Well, here is what I think you should do. If you have something that you want to learn about, I don't see anything in here, just taking a quick peek, I don't see anything in here about how to do your taxes. If you want somebody to show you how to do your taxes, then ask somebody on the staff, hey, can you take and provide an activity where you can show me how to do my taxes? All right, you don't want to do taxes. Maybe you're into gaming, all right, and your favorite game is Clash of Clans, and you want to figure out the best bowler attack. Well, then you better come to me and ask me, and then we'll put on an activity that we could learn new strategies for it. If you are interested in welding, maybe you go down and talk to Mrs. Cresswell and you say, hey, could you set up a time that you could show us how to weld? Mr. Pickett, can you set up a time for me to go down to work on my shop project? So if you don't take and voice what you would like to do, then you're going to get stuck with whatever is of interest to the teachers. Okay? I can't stress that enough. The teachers, we're going to put together things that we think would be of interest to you. If you don't like those, you better speak up and say something, or don't be upset if you get stuck in study hall. Okay? So I'm going to click register for this. Now, at the top, you're going to notice that there is a color bar up here. There are going to be some activities that the teaching staff is going to open up to the entire student body. Okay? So the one that is registered right now, you can see that it's this gray color right here. Well, that's going to match up for a normal activity. That's anybody in at USHS, you're going to be able to sign up for that as long as you're within that top 10 people to get in, right? The first 10 people are only going to be able to get in the Treadways meditation. Now, if the teacher sets it up as an advertised activity, again, that's open to the entire student body. All right, I want to go through. There are going to be some activities that you're going to find that are going to be optional ones to a specific group of people. An optional activity or an optional roster, what this is going to be is if you're in student council. If you're in student council, Mr. Barnett, Mr. Arnold, they're going to set up that meeting time for only student council members. They're not going to want the whole entire student body going down there and getting involved with it. So they're going to put together a list of kids that are on student council, but if you don't want to go down for that day, you'd have the choice to either sign up for that student council meeting or to just say, no, I'd rather go change tires with Pullman. Okay? And likewise, it doesn't have to be student council. It could be something, let's say, film watching with football or basketball. Again, they're not going to open that up to the entire student body. They're not going to want everybody in there. They're going to offer it to only their team members. So if you come across something and it's grayed out, it might be because of that. All right, now we're going to get into, some of you are going to try to get into an activity, but you're not allowed to. You don't get any choice at all. What in the world is that? So let's take a look at an example here. Like this day, you'll notice that nothing is available to me right here. If you ever come across something like this, what that's saying is that a teacher has put you on a roster for a reason, and you don't get to pick where you're going to go. This would be an example of somebody that has a test that they have to make up. Somebody that has homework, somebody that needs some extra help, and the staff member says, hey, I know that you would like to go down and change Pullman's oil in his truck, but you got to get your homework made up that you didn't get done. Or instead of you failing the class, we're going to hold you in, we're going to make sure that you do some studying so that way you can pass. All right, so we have three choices to you. Optional ones, that's open to the entire student body, okay? And the examples of that, again, if we come in here, I go join activity. All of these that are optional to the entire student body, you're going to have just check boxes that you can sign up for. We move over to the optional roster. When you go to join those activities, you may have an option to sign up for something. So if Mrs. Rupert sets this up as an optional thing, then I might have it where I can sign up for it, and somebody else won't have that option. Okay, so that's an optional. And then past that point, when we go to regular, teacher, priority, or admin, when we get into that realm, what that is like this one right here. It's grayed out. You don't get a choice. Actually, all of those are going to be grayed out. You're going to be stuck with whatever responsibility you have to take care of. That's what needs to be done on that day. Okay? When you log in for the first time, okay, today, please go to September 25th, sign up for an activity. We are not going to go to it. All this is to make sure that you get notified on the 24th, and then you get a update on the 25th. The official first RAM time is going to take place October 2nd. This is when we are going to have the whole staff. We're going to have options in here. You can see a few people have already posted activities that you can sign up for. But if you get into October 2nd and you find that, geez, there's nothing really in here of interest to me, you have between today's date, September 18th, to, I would safely say, September 27th, to start talking to staff members and coming up with ideas of what we could offer to you. If you don't take and do that, you're either going to miss out on a real fun opportunity, a chance to make up work, a time to explore new events that the staff could offer to you, or, well, you're going to be stuck in study hall complaining. Okay? So, if you have questions, then what I want you to do is ask your staff member, see if they can help you out. If they can't help you out, what you can do is come down to room 308 and you can talk to me, and I will do the best I can at getting it all squared away. So I hope that takes care of our first RAM time, and I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully your thoughts and opinions, if they were negative before, hopefully maybe I've changed a little bit of them around. Okay?